If I might be permitted a moment of hipsterism, I have to say that I knew Christina Perri before you did. Way back in about 2009, there was this young lady who was uploading videos on YouTube of her playing the piano and the guitar and singing these beautiful songs. And I was mesmerized, I was amazed, and I was deeply, deeply in love. Fast forward then to 2010, and the show So You Think You Can Dance played her song Jar of Hearts, and she just exploded onto the music scene. And all the world then knew this young lady whose videos I had been watching on YouTube. So I'm excited to share this rare video clip that I have from 2015, not long before I shaved my big goatee, of Christina playing her song Tragedy. Check it out.
Don't call this love.
I confess that I can have a bit of a snobby attitude toward pop music. I have a tendency to view it as canned, manufactured music with vacuous lyrics produced by wealthy record producers for the uneducated masses. That being said, there is some real talent out there, and I do tend to get occasionally hooked by a particularly catchy tune. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist, like it doesn't exist. Lady Gaga was never an artist I paid a lot of attention to, although I do really enjoy documentary films and taking a look behind the scenes in people's lives. So I thought I'd check out the documentary Gaga 5'2" on Netflix the other night. I think the biggest thing I came away from after watching that film was a real appreciation for Lady Gaga as a musician. She undoubtedly has some real talent, and when she gets on a piano and it's just her and the instrument and she just starts singing, it's really quite magical. One thing that disappointed me a bit about the film was the fact that it didn't provide a lot of context for where she was at that point in her life. It does provide a very distinct snapshot of her life over a period of time leading up to the release of one of her albums, I think it is. So I'm not sure how many months of her life the documentary covers, but it doesn't necessarily go into a lot of her background. And as a result, one thing that the viewer might come away with is this idea that she has all the wealth and all the resources in the world, and yet she has these obvious psychological problems, so she just must be a spoiled brat or something. However, knowing her context, knowing the fact that she was raped by a music producer at the age of 19, and the fact that that event gave her PTSD and led to a lot of the psychological problems she still experiences, that really helps to put it into perspective, the fact that she does struggle daily with these issues of anxiety and a real lack of trust with male producers in particular. It really makes a lot more sense. One of the things that Gaga seems to be plagued with is anxiety. She has this lady who seems to follow her around everywhere, who I assume is a masseuse, who gives her these head and facial massages to help alleviate her anxiety. And during one of these anxiety episodes, Gaga made the comment that, I have you here to help me. I have all these resources and people around me. How does the average person deal with these sort of psychological or anxiety issues? And I thought that was an interesting statement, the fact that she recognizes that even though she has all the resources in the world, that it's still so hard for her, and that she has this sort of perspective of, wow, even though I have all these resources to help me, there are a lot of people who don't, and it must be incredibly hard for them. I'm not sure exactly why I appreciate that she has that sort of perspective, but I did. I mean, she was certainly raised with the proverbial silver spoon. I guess her father made it big in the early internet days, and so she was raised in a wealthy family, which I have to imagine is the key starting point for anybody who wants to make it big as a pop musician. So she's always had wealth and resources, and yet one thing that comes through in the film is the fact that she's just so incredibly lonely, which is fascinating because she's just surrounded by this entourage of people who are falling over each other to serve her hand and foot for everything that she possibly needs, and yet she feels just incredibly lonely. So it's interesting and it's sad, and I certainly feel for her as a person. So overall, I found it to be a very interesting film, and as I said, I did come away really appreciating Gaga as a musician. Hey, Josh here, just wanting to thank you for sticking through right to the end of this video. It really means the world to me. If you want to support me, you can give me a thumb up on the video. I would love it if you would share the link to this video with one other person that you think would find it interesting, and I really hope I'll catch you next time. Cheers. How much are we seeing here? Is that what I meant to say? The behind the scenes? So I'm excited to share this clip of Christina playing her song Tragedy. That was terrible. Oh my god, it's bad. No. But I do enjoy documentary films, and I do enjoy learning about... I do enjoy. One thing I thought... during one of the many anxiety attacks that she had... for gosh sakes. Gaga.